Because just getting in the vehicle, from the driver's perspective, you can't even tell it's there, and it doesn't obstruct your view at all. You basically have to look for it to know that it's there. Hey guys, hope you're doing well. So today we're going to be installing our ThinkWare dash cam. So I have the F200 Pro, and the thing that I really like about this one is it comes with the front-facing dash cam, the rear-facing dash cam, as well as the hardwire kit, because a good amount of other dash cams do require you purchase an extra piece specifically to hardwire them, but this one has everything out of the box, so let's get to it. Now when you turn to my car, it's not going to look like most other cars right now. And the reason for that being that I removed a lot of pieces just in effort to get the headliner out. But the main goal is to put both dash cams in position, just wire everything up, and we should be good to go. Now I have been trying to pick up a thing or two with wiring, but just for that extra bit of security, I'm gonna have my brother Jesse come and help out with the install. He'll be able to give a lot better instruction on what specifically you're looking for and what you're trying to do. The general idea is you run 2 wires from this specific piece. You have this longer wire which connects the front camera to the rear camera, and then this is the kit to hardwire it to the car, so it does have a little bit of a converter right there. But nonetheless, just 2 wires, and the rest of the pieces you just stick on. These specific pieces are to hold onto the wires. This piece is the bracket for the front-facing camera. As you can see, it has some 3M tape on there, so you just stick it on. Then the rear view camera is one solid piece, so it has its 3M tape on there. So it's basically just organizing it how you want and running all the wires where they need to go. So the camera itself has this little notch right here, and that attaches to the mount this way, I think. Yeah. So this way you can mount it pretty easily. And I think I want to mount it here on the right side of the mirrors. That way I won't really see it. What we're doing is we are disassembling the cigarette lighter so we can actually wire everything behind there and have it be in the front and out of the way. Then from there we can just go ahead and plug everything in together, because once we have power, everything else should be pretty simple to install.
It has 3 cables because one of the power cables goes to a power source that's just always live, and the other wire goes to an accessory. It only gets power whenever the key is in the on position or the car is turned on.
That extra wire is whenever you want the parking mode and whatnot and all that good stuff, but I never really leave my car parked anywhere else other than my house, so I'm not too worried about that one. More than anything, I just want the dash cam to work when I'm driving, because that's probably when I'm more focused on what's actually going on around the car. I just want to give a big thank you to Jesse for helping out with the wiring. So we have the power cables for the dash cam hardwired to the car. They're located behind the dash. And now we're going to get to mounting the dash cams themselves. Most people usually do it a little differently. Usually they mount the dash cams first and then from there go to wiring. However, in this specific scenario, I have a lot of the interior disassembled, so I can do a little bit more in-depth cable management. So that's definitely what I'm going to go for. And everything from here should be pretty easy. Should be just be mounting the pieces and then messing with the cables, making sure everything's nice tucked away, and that's basically it. And I want to make sure I know exactly where this is going, because my general ideology is just mounting it and then kind of forgetting about it. There's a good little area about here where I just can't see it like at all. Just because it is pretty small and hides very well behind the mirror, as well as the power cable being right here. See if I can combine it all together, because I think if I can do that, then it'll look as clean as possible. And I think about here is the spot. I can't see it. I think it's pretty centered there. And again, the beauty of this piece is that the mount actually comes off, so if you need to do anything to the dash cam itself, you can without actually having to mess with the grip that it has on the windshield. And yes, the car is very dirty, but here from the outside you can see it's relatively centered. It's not perfect, but you can't really get perfect because, granted, the mirror is there in the first place. So how I'm going to run it is I'm going to feed it through here and then let it run along with this wire and come through here and then curve it up through here and then run it up through the A-pillar and then bring it to the center right there, because this grouping of wires does connect straight up. So it should be pretty easy to combine all of those together. So that one's already nice and situated, and now we can focus on the rear dash cam. Now they actually give you a good bit of wire to connect it to. Not actually sure how much, but this should be plenty to be able to reach the back and be able to hide the wires in the process. So it is a mess back there, but you can see I mounted the dash cam up, and I tried to do it as centered as I possibly could. And I think that came out pretty good. So I'm pretty happy with that. And again, the cable's really long. It actually is a lot more than I need. So I think I've gotten all the wires how I want to keep them. So let me break it down for you, and excuse the headliner. By the time you're watching this video, the headliner's already been revealed and it all looks good. But as of right now, it's still a work in progress. So again, from the driver's seat, you can't see anything, which is exactly what I was going for. I was able to get the wires running with this little grouping of wires. And then from here, the wire splits two ways. The one for power comes over here to the left, feeds down all the way to behind the center console and gets power from the cigarette lighter. The other wire, however, being that it's really long and I did want to keep it hidden, I've kind of rigged around a few pieces. Comes over here to the right, down the A pillar, down behind these panels, up to the B pillar, and then it comes up from the B pillar, as you can see right here, and then it goes to the rear dash cam. This kit also does come with the SD card. You just kind of push it in and make sure it clicks. So I've had the dash cam installed on the car for a few weeks now, and honestly, I've been pretty impressed by it. So all the footage that you saw prior was filmed at the beginning of the month, and I basically wanted to give myself time to learn about this dash cam, kind of understand it a little better, and just get a sense of what dash cams are all about. And I'll start by answering the question of would I recommend this to other people, and yes, absolutely I would, mainly because of the practicality and the features that it comes with. So I say practicality because for less than $200, you get the front-facing camera, the rear-facing camera that both record in 1080p, you get Wi-Fi, you get the Hardwire kit, which is basically something that's very underrated because a lot of other kits you do need to buy specific pieces to hardwire them that cost extra, as well as the SD card for all your memory, so you don't have to buy that separately. Now I'll start off with the features by telling you my two favorite ones, the Wi-Fi that it has, as well as the app. So to basically connect to Wi-Fi, it has its own little system that it does, and there's a little Wi-Fi button on the back. So it has this little button right here for Wi-Fi. You just press that, and I've already connected to it once, so it connects every single time. You just open this, and then you can pull up the dash cam. Here's the live view, everything that's right there. You can even switch to the back if you want to. And the fact that it can still see, granted there's nothing actually behind me, so it's not really going to be a good tell. But my tint's pretty dark, so that's actually pretty impressive. And then all the files on the app are stored on here, and the cool thing is you can see that they're linked together, and here's basically all the time that I've been driving and whatnot. And the really cool thing is that it also records like incidents, I guess, like if you hit something that could resemble an accident, so say you hit a really bad pothole, it'll actually make a noise to let you know that it recorded it. You know that if you do get in an accident, it's going to save it on its own anyway. It also has a record button so that you can actually record manually. I will say the app is a little dated, but nonetheless, you don't really need to be going too in-depth in that because it has all the files right there and saved. It has everything that you need just kind of placed in front of you. There's even room for upgrades with this thing. You can get the GPS feature, you can get an upgraded SD card. But I think one of the things that people don't really seem to care about or talk about, at least when it comes to dash cams, is the styling. I feel like the styling on this one is actually really sleek. It has that really nice design that I'm actually happy having in the car because some are a little bulky and kind of in the way. They do obstruct your view just a little bit, but this one I think is that perfect fit because just getting in the vehicle, from the driver's perspective, you can't even tell it's there. And it doesn't obstruct your view at all. You basically have to look for it. But that is pretty specific to the way that I installed it because I specifically wanted to go for a dash cam that you couldn't really tell was there, physically at least, because I do get extra comfort knowing that it is recording because it does make a noise whenever it starts recording, telling you that it's recording. So those little bits are very comforting knowing that it's there and that it's working very consistently, especially since I really can't see it. But that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And Black Box My Car, thank you so much for helping me choose my new dash cam. This one's awesome. And guys, I'm linking this in the description box down below in case you want to check it out. And Jesse, thank you so much for the wiring help because you guys know that I suck at wiring, and so having it not get fried, you know, right as soon as I start the car is definitely appreciated because I have read some horror stories. Nonetheless, I have a really cool video planned for you guys next week, so I will see you in the next one.